going on YouTube? It's Daddy B all day. So I decided I want to make something, and I figured in the process of while I'm making it, I would share with you my genius. So what I'm doing, and I'll show you exactly what I'm using right here. You know these mashed potatoes that you stick in the microwave and you mix up? I got these, right? And I'm not going to heat them up. I'm just using them cold right now. And I also got a bag of these meatballs, right? Just plain meatballs. And what I decided to do is snowball the meatballs. So I took a bunch of the potato and I just snowball the meatball. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to breadcrumb it and I'm going to fry it. And I think these are going to be amazing. So I'm going to do that. What I might do is I'll see if I have some shredded cheese, and I might even mix a little bit of it in there. Maybe, I don't know. It's still in the process in my head. And then I'm going to take some tortellini and using some of this stuff right here, some classic pesto and some Cabot extra creamy butter. I'm going to mix butter and pesto with some minced garlic and make a little pesto butter sauce. And I'm going to boil some tortellini, and then I'll even take it out now so I can start getting everything prepared. But some good Italian tortellini, and I'm just going to boil this in water. Then I'm going to strain the water, and I'm going to toss it in that butter mix. And then I'm going to, well, while I'm doing that, I'm going to fry. I'm going to take a pan, and I'm going to put just oil, regular oil, which I should have, because I do remember buying some, and I'm pretty sure it's in here somewhere. I have a little bottle, and I have a big bottle, I think, in there. I do. Okay, good. So I'm going to use oil, and I'll show you the kind of oil. I have an open one already, but I'll just show you what I'm using. Just this, regular vegetable oil. Boop. So I'm going to use vegetable oil, and I'm going to put it in a little pot after I breadcrumb these and fry them up. And I had to make sure I have breadcrumbs because I'm talking about doing it, and I didn't know if I did or not. So I have some panko breadcrumbs, right? Some plain panko, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take some breadcrumbs. I have the potato ball in my hand, right? I'm gonna take breadcrumbs and put it in my hand with the ball, and now I'm just gonna roll the ball around inside these breadcrumbs. You can't even see because I didn't show you, but that's all I'm doing is rolling this little potato ball inside my breadcrumbs. I'm gonna hold it over the potato so I don't get it everywhere, and I'll show you what it looks like. Boop. A little panko encrusted potato meatball, right? So I think these are going to be incredible when they're all done. So I'm pretty excited about this. So let me finish mashing up my meatballs, and I'll show you where I'm at. Hold on. All right, so this is what I think I'm going to do. I got cheese in my hand and a meatball in my hand, and I'm going to need to sweep up this floor like crazy. But I'm putting cheese on the meatball, and then I'm going to wrap my potato around it. And I'm just going to, I think I'm a New Englander. Man, we know snowballs. I'm just going to wrap it up and make my little snowball. And then once that's done, like that, got a little hair in there because of damn cats. Once that's done, then I'll put the panko on it. Look at that perfect little thing right there. I'll put the panko on it, and now I'm going to have cheese inside the meatball and potato. That's going to be dope. So hold on. All right, so this is where I'm at. I finished all my meatballs. Oh, those look pretty badass. So I did use a blended cheese, and I just started throwing the cheese in here and then mixing the meatball in with the cheese. And all those meatballs was almost a full one of these, so that's good. I'll just toss the rest of it because there's not really enough to do anything with. The problem is now I have like a ton of cleanup to do before I actually get started. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start boiling water for my tortellini. And then once the tortellini water is ready to add the tortellini, then I know I have about 15 minutes to cook these guys up to where they're perfect. The butter concoction with the pesto and the garlic, that's just going to be nothing but putting butter in a bowl with pesto and garlic, and I'll show you, and then just stick it in the microwave, melting it so you can pour it on top and then toss it. As far as the other stuff, it's literally just, no, it's just going to be, I just have to heat up the oil and put in my potato balls. So I think what I'm going to do is like 1 or 2 at a time. I'll just use a slotted spoon, dip it, let it roll. You'll see, I'm going to do it right now. All right, so now for the butter basil sauce. All I did is I took a half stick of butter. I'm going to pop this guy open right here. I ran out of my stuff the last time I made salmon. So I'm going to take some pesto, and there's like, you can measure things out if you want, but I don't. I'm just going to, remember, it's like baking is a science, cooking is an art, basically. You know what I mean? It's like, you can have fun with baking. Everything has to be measured and precise, otherwise it's going to turn out bad. With cooking, you could pretty much do anything you want. Like, honestly, you could do anything you want with cooking, and you can just have fun with it. So that's my goal here, is to just have fun with it and to bring it to flavor. So I have some minced garlic. What I'm going to do, so I'm just going to put maybe 2 little steak knife scoops of minced garlic, and this is what I have. So that's it. So I'm just going to melt this down and stir it together. Once everything is done, like the tortellini's done, then I'm simply going to toss it. That's it. And I don't mean throw it away. I mean, like, to mix it up. So this is pretty easy. That's the easiest part of the whole thing, is just sticking it. Although everything's pretty easy. I'm boiling noodles. That I'm just pouring on the noodles. If you can't do that, you have got serious issues. Taking mashed potatoes that are already made and meatballs that are already made and making a snowball with cheese and then rolling it around in breadcrumbs, if you can't do that, you have serious problems. Guys, I'm showing you how to make stuff that's so simple, but works. And Derek just said that he has to have one, so I have to share some with him. Otherwise, he said that when I'm sleeping, he's going to wipe cotton balls in his butt and stick them in my ears. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to heat up my oil now. Oh, I got to stop. Somebody made brownies yesterday, not me, and left chocolate on there. Anybody want a piece? Yeah, the brownies were amazing. I should have had her do a video. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a medium heat to get this oil going. I got the water going, and I'm going to just piece by piece with this. Remember, when you microwave butter, it'll explode if you just go too far. So what I like to do is microwave it, move it around, turn it a little bit, mix in whatever other stuff is in there, microwave it a little bit more. You know what I mean? And just do small increments. It's not like I don't have to wait for water to boil anyway, so I got plenty of time. So I'll do like 12-second shots. That way the butter doesn't go and make a huge freaking mess. All right, let me wait for everything to heat up. All right, so one of the things I'm going to do with my oil is I'm actually going to add just regular Italian seasoning. I'm just going to throw it into the oil. And that way what I'm going to do is when I throw the meatballs in there, it's just a little extra something to stick to it. I'll probably leave it out because I might need more. Got to find a slotted spoon. I have one of these, which would work, but I think that'll be too big unless no, I don't have it. I need a slotted spoon. Slotted spoon. And in this house, you never know where anything is. Got 75 drawers full of it could be here spots. So I gotta find it. So this will work. Something, any kind of slotted thing when you're talking about dipping things in oil, because when you pull it out of the oil, you don't want a spoonful of oil and then you have to try and work it. So what I like to do is a slotted spoon. That way when I scoop it out, and I'll put it in the same way, prevent you from getting burned. But that way when you take it out, it'll be a lot cleaner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line a plate with paper towels and put them on there so it helps suck in the grease, because you want them to be crispy, right? So that's what we're going to do. So my water's starting to boil. That means I can begin to work my tortellini. That basil mix that you hear beeping, man, that smells so good. So with the water coming to a boil, I'm literally putting tortellini in it. Well, that was easy. And every now and then what I'll do is just mix it up, because you don't want your tortellini sticking, you know, because pasta will stick. You don't want it sticking to the bottom there. I'm waiting for my oil. I want to see that turning around and moving, because I want to know it's hot enough to stick one in. Now, you always take a tester and you put it in, and it'll take the longest to go. Once it's up to heat, those things are going to go real fast. It's going to go. So make sure your meatballs are already at least thawed, right? I just took the meatball bag and I put it in the microwave and I thawed them completely. That way it would be an easier time once I got to that section. So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking the paper towels and putting them on a plate, because I'm getting ready to dip my first meatball as a tester to see how the oil is. And that's basically the best way to see if the oil is done, is just test it. So I got a potato meatball on a spoon. I'm just going to layer it in, and immediately I can see bubbling around there. Once it gets hotter, it's going to bubble a lot faster and a lot more like aggressive, like a vigorous bubble. And that's a good thing. So right now I'm just going to mix it around. It's going to, you want the panko breadcrumbs to brown. Even though this is the first time I've done this, it's not the first time I've ever fried anything. So I get what it's supposed to be doing and supposed to be looking like. So I'm just going to stir it around a bit and let that one go. Now that you can hear it boiling. Now I think maybe it's time to where I could start putting a couple in there, and it's going to be nice. So once I put them in, then it's really going to start frying up better, and these things are just going to be awesome. So I will show you as we go, as they brown. I'll show you the color that you need. Hold on. So this is my test one. It's not really browning so much. I think a lot of the panko's just falling off in there. But I'm going to wait and see if this crisps up a little bit. And I got a couple more in there that I'm going to try and figure out if they're changing color. But what's happening, I notice if I let the potato sit there too long, the potato is actually cooking off and sticking to the bottom. So you kind of want to, if you're going to do this, move them around fairly quick so you can keep your potato on your meatball. And that one lost a lot of potato. So now I know to move it around. So rather than stick 3 or 4 in there at a time, I'm going to put maybe 1 or 2 at a time. See, I just saw a piece of potato leave. But you can see they're looking pretty cool, right? They should taste pretty good. I mean, it's just potato and a meatball, so the taste should be pretty consistent with what it is. And I have like pieces of potato that are just on there boiling, and there's the brown panko. See, I said it was going to brown. It only browns if it sticks. So maybe an egg wash would help it stick. I'm not sure, but I think they're going to taste good no matter what. And that's where we're going for. We're going for taste. We want to make sure. So now that I'm getting all these little pankos, they're kicking up from the bottom and they're starting to stick to it a little better. That's a good thing. So doing one at a time and mixing it, and I have those little pankos in there. I think that's way, way better. So that's a smarter way to do it. And then I can just press them into the potato as I roll it. And I'll show you what I mean there. I should bring the plate closer. But you see that? That's a lot nicer. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to bring this over here because walking grease meatballs across a room is kind of stupid. All right, so there we go. I'm going to keep those going. I'm going to keep the oil turned up on it, and I'm going to keep the breadcrumbs moving around and pressing into the potato. And that seems to be working much better. And this is why we do a tester one first, pretty much, because we want to see how the food is going to react once it hits the oil, because we don't know. We don't know until we do it. But one thing I do know is that, oh, those look so nice. Those look so nice. All right. My pasta should be done in a few minutes. These, I'm just gonna keep on rolling on. I'll show you the plate. All right, I just dropped a meatball in there. So I got one, the one that I took out first, that I let the potato cook off part of it. All right, those are a winner. I only have a few more left to cook. And the pasta, perfect timing, is just about done. How do you know if the pasta's done, dbad? Well, when pasta's done, generally it'll float. So you can look for that. You can also, when you're mixing it with a spoon, kind of feel the density, how it's hitting the spoon. You can feel a soft object to a hard object different hitting a metal object. So that tells me. And the only other way is just to test it. You just take one, boom. If it's too hard, let it go a little longer. If it's too soft, then you went too long, so don't go too soft. That's why we test. But these, man, that's nice. That's Italian, so that's a nice. I have 3 more to do, and then you guys will see the full finished product. Hold on. All right, so everything was perfect to finish at the same time. Noodles are done. I just finished my last meatball. Hot! We're gonna use this. The handle is super hot, so all I'm gonna do is take all the water out of my tortellini pan. I'm gonna let it sit there and strain itself. And what I'm gonna do is take my amazing smelling mixture and pour it right back into that pan I just took the noodles out of. That's gonna make everything so easy. So I'm just gonna use that hot pan, put all my butter, pesto, garlic in there, and all I'm gonna do is pour the noodles back in. It's like just out you go, in you go type thing. And that's it. So those are in there. And now, I told you I'm just gonna toss it around. So that's it. It's just as simple as that. You've seen how easy the meatballs were. You've seen how easy this was. That's pretty much it. I gotta wash my slotted spoon and then get to work. Hold on. All right, guys. So look at this. That is beautiful, right? These are so nice. Now this is Derek's plate because he asked me to save him one. This is my plate. So how awesome is this? I have to say that the actual tortellini itself, with this mixture on there, it is divine. It is divine. You can see the pesto and the garlic in there, just resting on that creamy butter. Look how juicy that is. It's amazing. This is one of those meals. I'm gonna cut a meatball too. That's absolutely fantastic and super easy. So now you can see the meatballs itself, how crazy cool that is. Let's open one up. Oh, did you hear that little crisp? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is so nice. Now, those are delicious. So this was super easy, super cool, and super good. If you're looking to make something that you would enjoy eating, like it's fun to make, fun to eat, and simple, so simple, with minimal ingredients, you're really gonna dig this. Oh, good. So now Mr. Derek Pontier gets a little bit of taste. So these things, oh, hold on a second. Let's give him a fork so you can see if the basil tortellini is really good or if it's just me saying it's good. And then cut open a meatball and try one. So that's all homemade sauce, right? That's good, right? Now try a meatball. It's a meatball.
What are we doing over here?
No, it's over here. That's good, right?
No.
I'm telling you, man. Telling you, man. So that's it for this one. I'm gonna get my grub on and then I have to clean up this whole kitchen. Well, that's it. Hi, I'm Donnie B all day. Until next video.